Far too many women get emotionally blindsided when they invest time with men and fail to recognize the difference between healthy commitment that ends in marriage and weak commitment sprinkled with intensity that ends in heartbreak, time wasting, and disappointment. So today I'm going to reveal what it should actually feel like in your heart when a man is fully committed to you and how to recognize the difference when he's knowingly or even unknowingly stringing you along so you can do something about it. Commitment is more complex than it seems because when strong emotions are in the mix, it's easy to confuse intensity with potential and a long time spent with someone with progress, and those are different experiences. So today I want to share the 5 things you should feel when real commitment is taking place and what are the things you need to be aware of and do and share so that you are not likely to be strung along in a relationship that seems like it's going to commit and it never happens. There's 3 things I need you to grasp and get and commit to be able to make the most out of this video. The first one is that you commit to only consciously dating for marriage or only consciously dating for life partnership. Unless you're looking for a weekend boyfriend, in which case this is probably not the best video for you. If you want a lifelong commitment with someone, that means that you're going to have to get clear at the beginning of the interaction as to what he's actually looking for. The second thing I need you to get is that this is not about you being here in your ivory tower and this poor guy struggling his way to be at your level. This is a two-way street. Every one of these experiences that you should be feeling, he should be feeling too. And if there's a disconnect, I need you to get clear with yourself as to what is the reason why he's not experiencing this. Is it because of his inability to feel and express, or is there something you're doing that's making it hard for him to experience those things? The third concept I need you to blast through is the myth that commitment is one big ass decision. It's not the case. It's thousands of tiny little decisions and commitment along the way that ultimately facilitate him dropping to his knees, popping a ring from his pocket, and asking the question. If those experiences that I'm describing right now take place in a healthy way, the likelihood of that final event happening is high. If this doesn't take place, it's Russian roulette, hit or miss. Who knows if it's going to happen or not? The first feeling you should have if he's fully committing to you is a feeling of certainty around a shared vision for what the relationship is. Here's what I mean. It is going to be very hard for you to open your heart and share your ideas, your time, even your body long term with someone when you have no idea what he's ultimately looking for and you're guesstimating at best and hoping and pleading and imagining that he wants the same thing you want. You need to get clear, even though it's a scary thing at the beginning to ask what the guy's looking for. You need to be able to ask those questions to make sure that you're not wasting your time. If you don't do that, it's the equivalent of having a jar full of vitamins, but one of those vitamins could be cyanide or fentanyl. What's the likelihood that you're going to take pills from that jar? If you love your life, then it's very unlikely, and that means that it's going to be unlikely for you to really open your heart and share when he could be completely crushed. So that's the first step. The foundation of this whole thing is both getting clear about what are you looking for. Are you looking for marriage? Are you looking for life partnership with that marriage? Are you looking for children? What's the kind of life that you imagine if things happen at the best of possibilities, so that you are not going north and he's going south, but hoping to reach the same destination? Now, this doesn't mean that you should know from the beginning if he's going to be the guy you end up marrying. It should just mean that you don't connect with a dude who doesn't know that's what he wants, if that's your goal, and that you don't connect with someone who doesn't want that. The second feeling you should have is a feeling of being seen and being known. Here's the truth. If you don't feel seen, if you don't feel heard, if you don't feel known, then the likelihood that you want to commit to a man who is not fully seeing you or knowing you is going to be lower, even though it can still happen. If you feel strong chemistry, you might still hope for the future that's going to happen and do it, but it's less likely. Now, if he's not getting to know you and see you and feel you, then he's going to be far less likely to commit because he's committing to a projection, he's committing to something at surface level. You need to ensure, both of you, as you get to know each other, that you have vulnerable expression, getting to know each other, maps of the world, so that you don't go for a shiny object that feels good, but it's really unknown and undiscoverable. The third experience you should be having is a feeling of both things, emotional connection on one side and desire on the other side. If emotional connection exists, but desire doesn't, that's like having a really good friend without really having that chemistry that makes it possible to withstand the multiple challenges that life will throw at you. If you only have desire without emotional connection, well, that's similar to a hookup or a one-night stand or a situationship. You need to have both. So if in the process of connecting with this guy, you notice or you feel the strong desire without the emotional connection, that's a red flag. If you feel the emotional connection without the desire, that's also a red flag. So my recommendation is that through the process of this, and it's not a science, it's an art, that you get a chance to really evaluate at each stage of the relationship development, how much emotional connection is there? Do you really know this man? Are you getting to see him and understand him and get to understand his nooks and crannies, so to speak? And as a result of that, are you feeling more or less desire? Now, if you're single and watching this, you may not fully understand the root cause of why you're still single. You may understand the symptoms without understanding the real reason. So what I've done is I've taken more than 12 years of helping women in every continent, every walk of life, every love challenge you can imagine, help them to attract the life partner they've been seeking, and put it together in a simple quiz you can take in about 60 seconds that will reveal to you the number one reason you're still single. If you want to participate, all you have to do is go to the first link on the description of this video. You will see a page that looks like this, answer a few simple questions, and in 60 seconds or so, you'll have two things. The answer to the question, why you're still single, and then a report based on your specific blind spot that will share what's the number one action you can take today to course correct from where you're at right now and attract the guy you want in a fraction of the time. The fourth feeling you should be having is the feeling of vulnerability coupled with safety. Both of them are equally necessary. Here's why. If the vulnerability, the full expression of who you are, that means your weaknesses and your strengths, your hopes and your dreams and your fears, if that's not coming forward to the table, the activating mechanism that he has to show up stronger for you, to care more for you, to step up for you is less likely to develop. Now, when you have the vulnerability but don't have the safety, that means that it's going to be really rare for you to continue expressing yourself, because why would you do that if the guy's going to hurt you and use the information you shared to punch you when he's feeling unseen or he's feeling weak? By the same token, if you're doing this, if he's sharing vulnerably, even if it's hard for him to share vulnerably, and you use that information to punch him, metaphorically speaking, when he's feeling weak, or when he hurts you, or when he does something that is outside of the spectrum of what you thought should be happening, if you use those types of vulnerabilities to hurt each other, then the safety component is gone. When the safety component is gone, the vulnerability coefficient for this to grow also lessens or eliminates, and without vulnerability, I'm telling you right now, a guy is far less likely to commit to you, and if he commits to you, he's committing to a house made of straw versus a house made of cement. The fifth feeling is the feeling of growth and expansion. What does this mean? Are you becoming better as a result of being with him, or getting worse in many ways? Are you feeling stronger? Are you feeling more capable? Are you feeling more confident? Same thing with him. Is he feeling more capable, more confident? Is he growing his capacity to be a better human being as a result of being with you? If you're not growing and expanding, if there's such turmoil and pain that you're really not becoming better versions of yourself, you're actually becoming worse versions of yourself, committing to each other is equivalent to emotional suicide. Who on the right mind would commit to someone when they're feeling like their life is actually getting closer and smaller instead of expanding? The combination of the things I'm sharing with you will allow two things. Number one, for healthy conversations and healthy growth to happen between both of you, but also the redefinition of his meaning of freedom from I can do what I want, when I want, with whom I want, which is a very selfish and unconscious definition, to I'm free when I can feel seen. I'm free when I can be self-expressed. I'm free to love, free to be seen, free to express myself, free to transcend my limitations as a result of being with somebody else. That takes place when you have the right relationship. So you really need to ask yourself, who are you as a result of being with them? Now, all of the things I'm sharing right now could have their own unique video, even training program. So I would like to give you something specific right now that can minimize the risk of you not experiencing these 5 feelings and eliminate the likelihood that you're strung along with someone who will never commit. And that is the healthy expression of your needs. It's not easy, but it's simple. It's you being more conscious of what needs you're experiencing, which means simply asking the question, what am I feeling? What am I feeling? What am I feeling constantly? And getting to the nooks and crannies of what your experience is, and then the healthy, compassionate expression of those feelings as needs. So it's not you're doing this wrong, is can you do it differently for me? It's not you're making me feel unseen, is can you please ask me more questions so I get the feeling that you really get to understand where I'm coming from. We need to dispel and disband the myth that romanticism includes reading each other's minds. And if you have to say it, then it's not romantic. If you have to express your needs and now he gets a chance to meet them, that's growth, that's consciousness, and that's evolution, and that's gonna meet your needs. Hope this is helpful and useful, and if it is, it would mean a lot to me if you click like and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to continue learning how you can attract the guy you want without the need for gimmicks, manipulation, games, or stupid techniques, make sure to go to the next video right here and watch it right now.